Namaste, Jai Bharat. The one thing that Bangladesh learned very well from Pakistan is of being loud, speaking so high with nothing. This one thing they have learned perfectly from Pakistan. Extremely loud, big talks with nothing. This, of course, is not a real Bengali character. By becoming separate from Bharat, they have left over they left their culture. They were alienated from their culture to that point, and they also acquired some of these negative characters of the Pakistani, especially Punjabi Pakistanis, of being immensely loud. They speak a lot. And this is what precisely this Muhammad Yunus fellow had been doing. He speaks a lot, talks big. He drags himself to China and say that we have only port for the seven sisters of Bharat. The seven sisters of Bharat don't have port, etc., harbor, etc., kept on saying. And he doesn't realize, he doesn't remember that Bangladesh is landlocked. They have only borders with Bharat, some place with Myanmar, small place, and then to the sea. Otherwise, all around, it's Bharat's border to Bangladesh. And he was not conscious that Bangladesh is powered by Bharat's electrical supplying agencies like the Adani. They are corporate sector. They don't belong to the government. The corporate. They were selling electricity. And worst of all, so with the electricity got cut off. But worst of all for Bangladesh is that their Chattogram port is not that capable, does not have the capacity to bring that large containers and send it to all over the world. So what they used to do till now is that they were using our Bharat's Calcutta port. Then they were sending containers by road to Mumbai port, and they were sending containers by road to Delhi, from where they can use air cargo, where air cargo is required. These were the places which they had been using freely. We were not imposing any tariff or anything like that because they were only using. We leisurely permitted them to use our roads, our airport, and our harbors, ports. Suddenly, all on a sudden, with all the loud mouth of Muhammad Yunus, supposed to be a Nobel laureate, which makes us skeptical about how Nobel prizes are given, which is a different issue. May not speak, people should know. Because of the loud mouth of this Muhammad Yunus, suddenly, with all that we were taking, keeping quiet, speaking so high, big, we will make a separate, larger Bangladesh by annexing states of Bharat to us. All these dreams, people kept speaking. We were ignoring. Like normally we ignore Pakistan of whatever they do. We were ignoring. But suddenly, our government stopped them using our ports, stopped them using our roads, disallowed them to use run containers from Bangladesh to Calcutta port or to Bombay or to Delhi or else in any way which used to be convenient to them. All this stopped. Now, one statistic says that to send one container from Calcutta port to wherever they want, Bangladesh used to spend $100 per container. Now, once it is different from some other place, that is, they have to go to either Colombo or some other places, or make a dream project of going through Myanmar and some other states to China to use their port at the east. Any other port, if they're trying to use, they have to pay, instead of $100 per container, they'll have to pay $700 or $800 or up to $900. So 7, 8 or 9 times more than what they used to spend by in transporting the containers. Apart from that, the tariff is 120 or 104 something, which is too much. Given this case, how will they export? Who will buy with such large prices? They can't afford. You can imagine what will happen to Bangladesh. They have invited troubles. That's what I used to call them as gluttons for punishment. I used to call the Hamas as gluttons for punishment. Later I started calling the Hezbollah as gluttons for punishment. Now Houthis, gluttons for punishment. And nations like Bangladesh and Pakistan also behave like gluttons for punishment. No matter how much they receive, they will never learn lessons. They would never, they still show off, thinking that they are something. That's what they think, and no one else thinks. So Bangladesh is in for a very good situation. They are in for all serious kinds of trouble. And this Yunus fellow is not bothered of his nation. He is not bothered of the people of Bangladesh. He is not bothered of anything. But he is just only bothered of remaining in power. This is what I think Erdogan is also trying to do in Turkey. He just wants to remain in power. To get into power, use anyone, do anything, even to the extent of self-destruction. We shall meet again with some other thought. Till then, Namaste, Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.